meet them at school? You said you were a teacher.
I teach online,
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm a virtual trainer. So I work for a company called SkillPath,
Uh-huh.
and they're based out of Kansas City in the U.S. Yeah.
And what do you teach?
So I teach sales enablement.
Sales of who?
It's sales enablement.
Oh, okay.
So just training salespeople how to be better at their job. And I also teach leadership topics. So just teaching leaders how to be better at their job. And then AI for business. So that's mainly focused on anybody who wants to utilize like ChatGPT or Gemini or so on and so forth.
I grew up in Philly. I had a beeper was the closest thing I had to technology. A beeper and a payphone. And people mention, they talk about ChatGPT, Gemini, Unity, and other. What's the difference between ChatGPT and Gemini? Is it the same thing?
They're similar, but there is differences, I would say, for sure. So being an AI trainer as well, like I actually train the models. So I train ChatGPT and Gemini and stuff like that. I've worked on most platforms. I would say that Gemini is the closest to my heart, and so much so that I went from being an Apple girly to being a Google girly.
Uh-huh.
So now I have a Google Pixel as of July of last year. And that is purely because the project that I worked on with Gemini, I was like, this is amazing. This
Sure.
platform is great, easy to use. Yeah, very user friendly, I would.
Sure.
So I knew that like ChatGPT and OpenAI were coming much before they came out. So I consider myself maybe more of a pioneer when it comes to that technology,
Sure.
just because I knew what was going to happen. And I thought very much, I believe in the idea that it will change our world for the better, but there is an ethical side to AI
Sure.
that we have to be conscious of,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
I know there's a growing anti-AI trend.
For sure.
So I got some message. Hey, it's for example, no, I'm anti-AI, and it yada yada yada.
Well, I think all the building data centers all over the place is probably something that boasts against AI, which I totally understand because it's utilizing resources
Sure.
that we need in the world.
Such as what?
Water. Yeah, yeah, I would say.
Yeah, why is that?
I think it's just because it's easier to place them there to an extent. I don't know the full details behind it,
It
but
produces heat.
yeah, yeah,
So
for
every
sure.
time you generate a photo, it produces heat.
Yeah, for sure.
Why is that? You
Uh,
wouldn't.
it's technology,
It's
so
technology.
it takes up RAM and things like
Sure,
that.
sure.
So
Huh, I didn't really. It's a whole world. How do you keep up with all the changes and all the? It evolves.
yeah,
How do you keep up with all the changes and all the developments in the AI world? Because obviously you know a lot.
I try to, but I would say there's not enough time to really keep up with absolutely everything going
Sure.
on. But I'm part of, there's an app called School. So I'm part of the AI automation school on the app School.
Sure.
And there's a lot of cool updates that come from that and learning and stuff that's involved with that. And then the company that I work for, Outlier, they do give us like blogs
Uh-huh.
twice or three times a week sometimes that just try and keep us up to date on what's going on in the world of AI.
So you're a trainer, you're a teacher, you coach people. What advice would you give to the younger generations that are interested in well, adapting to this new world? What's your advice? And
Ooh.
your early baby steps. What do you do
Um,
apart from buying a computer?
I think it's one of those things where like we can't avoid it, right? So like the industrial revolution, it's one of those things where we have to get behind it because if we're not going with it, then who do we want to be, a Netflix or a Blockbuster? Because Blockbuster didn't keep with the times and
Yeah.
they went bankrupt and
Yeah.
Netflix
I still
took
got my
over the world.
Blockbuster card.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I still got.
Very nostalgic.
Yeah. I still got my Blockbuster card.
So I think just start playing around with it, right? Like there's apps you can download on your phone, ChatGPT, Gemini, and just start utilizing it for daily questions and things like that, the more you start, what I've learned most about working with different softwares and AIs is that you have to poke around, right? So no button is going to be like, ooh, red button, don't touch this.
Yeah.
Otherwise, everything's going to explode.
Sure.
I think it's just poke around, see what you can figure out, and just try and do your own research, right? And
Yeah.
make sense of it in your own way.
Great.